The greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it, said Robert Swire. That belief has kept us dependent on fossil fuels for decades, waiting, delaying, and hoping the problem will fix itself. But climate change does not wait, pollution does not pause, and the damage to our planet grows every day. Continuing to rely on fossil fuel means choosing short-term comfort over long-term survival. This crisis affects all of us. Rising fossil fuel costs increase electricity bills and transportation expenses, while environmental impacts such as extreme weather and a poor air quality threaten our health and safety. Drawing from peer review and DPR research, it is clear that long-term fossil fuel use increase carbon emission, accelerate climate change, and raises energy costs. Today, I will argue that renewable energy must replace fossil fuel because it is a clean technology, an economic necessity, and a resilient solution for our future. To begin, let's examine the most urgent driver behind the shift from fossil fuel to renewable energy, the global climate crisis. When we talk about renewable, we are not just talking about alternative energy. We are talking about a powerful safety brake on the global emissions. In 2024, global carbon emission reached a staggering record high of 27.8 billion tons. On the surface, that number is intimidating. However, beneath that headline, there is a real and measurable hope that often goes overlooked. If you look at the chart on the screen, you will see exactly what I mean. The green bar represents our actual emissions in 2024. But look at the red bar. This is where we would have been without the rapid expansion of clean technology since 2019. According to the IEA Global Energy Review 2024, the deployment of solar PV, wind energy, and electric vehicles have effectively shaved off a massive amount of pollution. Specifically, this technology has prevented an additional 2.6 billion tons of carbon dioxide from entering our atmosphere every single year. To put that in a perspective, without the growth in the clean energy you see represented in this figure, global emissions over the past 5 years would have risen 3 times faster than they actually did. This data prove a critical point. Renewable energy does not merely slow down environmental damage. It is actively working as a macroeconomic and environmental stabilizer. It is the only force currently standing between our modern economy and unmitigated climate catastrophe. By investing in this technology, we are not just changing how we power our homes, we are literally changing the trajectory of our planet's future. However, while the environmental case is undeniable, the reason this transition is now unstoppable is that it has become an economic necessity. In 2024, volatile gas prices forced industrial plants across Europe and Asia to halt production, driving global inflation. However, countries invested in renewable avoided these shocks because wind and sun have zero fuel cost. Since 2010, fossil fuel importing nations have saved an estimated $1.3 trillion by reducing dependence on expensive foreign imports. Today, for every $1 spent on fossil fuel, $2 is invested in clean energy, proving that renewables are the most stable solution for our household and our economy. Finally, let's talk about security. Renewable energy creates a resilient, interconnected system often called an energy web. Unlike massive centralized fossil fuel plants that create a single point of failure, renewables are decentralized. Power is generated across thousands of local sites or rooftop schools, and community centers. If one part of the grid is damaged, the rest of the web stays alive. We saw a perfect example of this during Hurricane Fiona in 2022. When the storm hit Puerto Rico, the island's aging, centralized fossil fuel grids collapsed almost instantly, leaving millions in a total blackout for weeks. However, for the thousands of households and businesses that had installed solar plus battery microgrids, the light never went up. In towns like in Hamptons, community solars have become lifelines, while the rest of the islands waited for massive repair to the gas lines and transmission towers. This solar system provided immediate power for refrigeration, medical equipment, and emergency services. Because solar battery are solid state, meaning they have no moving parts and don't need fuel deliveries, they are the most agile technology we have. They allow community to recover in hours, not weeks. In a world of increasing climate extremes, an energy web isn't just a smart choice, it is our most reliable insurance policy. When we look beyond statistics and data, we realize this transition is about more than technology or economic. It is about a legacy we leave behind. Today, we have examined the environmental destruction and economic instability caused by fossil fuels, and we have seen how renewable energy offers clean, affordable, and resilient solutions for our sustainable future. I urge all of you to play an active role in replacing fossil fuel. This can begin by reducing reliance on electricity generated from non-renewable energy sources and supporting decentralized renewable energy systems. One practical step is adopting rooftop solar through initiatives such as Malaysia's Net Energy Metering Rakyat Scheme. Sustainability is no longer a choice, it is our responsibility. The action of we take today will define the world we live for our future generation. Thank you.